Hi students, today we are going to learn about a rational number and decimal expansion. Revisiting the rational number and decimal expansions. Right, we already learned that converting the rational numbers into decimal expansion and decimal expansion into rational numbers. Right, the few example that we see that if the 16 by 10, we can write it as a 1.6. Right, even if it is given in the decimal, we can write in the rational. Right, if it is a 4.17, we can write as a 417 by 100, right? And something a non-terminating decimal also, it's like in a 1.333 goes on. This simply we can write as a 1.3 the whole bar, right? Yes. You can notice one thing which we write in the decimal, it have a denominator like in a 10, 100, 1000 zeros. It will be ends with the zeros, right? That means it has a factor 2 into 5, right? And 100 has the factor 2 and 5, right? It is a 2 power 1 into 5 power 1. It's like a 2 square into 5 square. It depends on number of zeros, right? With this we are going to see the following theorem. The following theorem says that let x is equal to p by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is in the form of 2 power n 5 power m, where n, m are non-negative integer. Then x has a decimal expansion which terminates. So it says the denominator, the q is in the form of 2 power n 5 power n. The n and n can be any non-negative integer. Non-negative integer means it can be a positive integer or 0, right? Then it x has a terminating decimal expansion. So if q is in the form of 2 power n and 5 power n, it is a terminating decimal expansion. What's the next theorem says? Let x is equal to p by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is not of the form 2 power n 5 power m, where n, m are non-negative integer. The next has a decimal expansion which is non-terminating repeating. That means if q is not in the form of 2 power n 5 power n, then it is a non-terminating. So previously it says if it is in the form of 2 power n 5 power m, it is terminating, and if it is not, then it is non-terminating. Remember that n and m can be any non-negative integer. It can be a 0 or positive integer. Here we go for a problem. Without actually performing the long division, state whether the following rational number will have a terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. So without doing a normal division, long division, we have to say whether it is terminating or non-terminating. Yes, by the previous theorem we can say if the denominator is in the form of 2 power n 5 power n, then it is a terminating. If it is not in the form, it is not terminating. And one more question. Write down the decimal expansion of those rational number which have terminating decimal expansion. So whichever have a terminating decimal expansion, they asked to write down the decimal expansion. Here we go for the problem. 13 divided by 3125. Right. So the denominator we have to express in the form of prime factorization. Then we'll conclude whether it is terminating or not. So 325 we can represent in the form of its since it's 5, so 5 we can divide by the 5. It will come 625. 625 we all know 5 power 4. Let me write as a 5 times 625 is 125. 5 times 125 is 25. 5 times 5. So the denominator is 13 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 power 5. Right? 5 power 5. Whether it is in the form of 2 power n 5 power n? Yes. Here's the 2 power n is there, right? Yes, we can add it as they say the n can be any non-negative integer, so it can be a 0. So this we can write as a 13 by 2 power 0 into 5 power 5. Now you see? Yes. So therefore 13 by 3125 is terminating decimal expansion. They asked if it is terminating, we have to find the decimal expansion, right? Let me find. Usually we'll find by just dividing by the 13 by 3125, but it's a big process. From this we can find easily, you see. 13 by 2 power 0 into 5 power 5. If it is both the powers are same, then we will obtain in like the 10, 100,000, right? If 2 power 1 into 5 power n, it is a 10. 2 square into 5 square, it is a 100. If 2 power 3 into 5 power 3, it is a 1000. It goes on. It depends on the number of 0 is depends on the exponential. So here the exponential of 5 is 5. So let me change the exponential of 2 into 5. That means just we are multiplying that both numerator and denominator. It will be equal and fraction, right? So 13 into 2 power 5 divided by 2 power 5 into 5 power 5. So this we can write as a 13 into 2 power 5. It will become a 416, right? 2 divided by 2 power 5 into, okay, sorry, it's a 5 power 5, right? 5 power 5. So it is like a 1 followed by 5 zeros. And what is the decimal expansion? The numerator have a 5 decimal values, right? Here the 3 decimal values are, the 2 is missing, so we can add a 0. It will become a 0.00416. So decimal expansion is depends on the number of zeros, right? Here we go for the next problem. 64 divided by 455. So find the prime factors of 455. So 5 end with 5, so 5 table it will come for 9 times, 1 times 91. 91 comes only at the 7 table. 7 table 13 times. 13 is a prime. So we can write as 64 divided by 5 into 7 into 13. Is it in the form of 2 power n and 5 power m? No. It has some other values also, right? So it is not in the form of 2 power n 5 power m. Therefore 64 by 455 is non-terminating repeating. Clear? Here the q is, the denominator is not in the form of 2 power n 5 power n, so it is a non-terminating repeating. Here we go for the final problem. 15 divided by 16,000. So usually we find a prime factorization for 16,000, right? So doing the prime factorization method, 5 times 160 is 32 into 5, so zeros. Again 5 times it will come as 640. Again 5 times 128. 128 we know it's an 2 power 7, right? Even though we'll try. 2 times 64. 2 times 32. 2 times 16. 2 times 8. 2 times 4. 2 times 2. Right? It is in 5 cube into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Power 2 power 7. So 15 divided by 5 cube into 2 power 7. So it is in the form of 2 power n and 5 power m, right? It is the form of 2 power n, 5 power n. So 15 by 16,000 will have terminating decimal expansion. What about the decimal expansion? So 15 by 2 power 5 power 3 into 2 power 7. So it's a 7. If it becomes 7 here, then we will get a decimal value easily, right? So we will multiple with, here already 3 is there. So how much is the difference? 4. So we will multiple with 5 power 4 by 5 power 4. So it is like 15 into 5 power 4 divided by, it's the exponential, we can add the exponents if the base are the same, right? So it is become a 5, 4 plus 3 is 7 into 2 power 7. So the 5 power 4 is an 625, and 625 into 15, it will be like 9,375 divided by, here the 7, right? So 1 followed by the 7, zeros. Yes. Then decimal expansion will have a 7, right? We have already four digits, so 3 zeros we can add, so decimal expansion will having a 7. So the answer is 0.0009375, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So it depends on the number of zeros in the numerator. Clear? Just with the prime factorization we are finding whether the denominator is in the form of p by q. If it is yes, we are finding the decimal expansion without doing a normal division, right? Just we are converting the numerator into denominator in the form of 2 into 5. The exponential are same. If the exponential is same, we'll get numbers like this, 10, 100, thousands, like this format. Then it is easy to form a decimal. Thank you.